Let's practice some exponent law questions. So what we have here is x squared times x cubed. And when we think about this, what we have here is x times x, which represents x squared. So the exponent here is 2, and it means there's 2 x's being multiplied. x3 means there's 3 x's being multiplied. So in total, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 x's being multiplied, which means is equals to x to the 5. So in general, we add the exponents with the same basis. So x to the a multiplied by x to the b is equals to x to the a plus b. That's an exponent law. So this answer here is x to the 5. Similarly, for number 2, x is the same thing as x to the 1. And all we do, because the 3 bases are the same, is we add the exponents. We have x is the base, 5 plus 1 is 6, and we're adding 6 with negative 2. 6 minus 2 is going to be 4. Now we have another rule here. Exponent bracket exponent. We don't add, we actually multiply. So let's think about it. We have x squared as the base, and there's 3 of them. X squared times x squared times x squared. There's 3 sets of these. If you expand it out, this would be x times x, and this part here would be another x times x, and this third part here would be another x times x. So definitely there's 6 x's. So instead of adding 2 plus 3, we actually go 2 times 3. So please memorize the pattern. Exponent, bracket, exponent, multiply. X to the 6, because 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so there's another rule here. We're going to actually distribute the exponent to each part being multiplied. So people think exponent, bracket, exponent. People think the answer is 3x to the 6. But actually, students forget to distribute the exponent also to the coefficient, the number 3. So this is the same thing as 3 squared multiplied by x to the 3 squared. We need to distribute the exponent to both parts. If there was 3 parts being multiplied, such as x, y, z, you'd have to distribute the square to all 3 parts. But in this case, we're only doing 2 parts here. So the answer would be 3 times 3 would be 9. The base is x. 3 times 2 would be 6. So this would be our final answer. Now let's look at this example number 5. There's 5 x's, x to the 5. And we're dividing by x squared, which means there's x times x. And we learned that when we're doing division, we can cancel the numerator and denominator, which would be 3 x's left over, which would be x cubed. So in general, we're going to subtract the exponents when you have the same basis. X to the a divided by x to the b is equals to x to the a minus b. This is the new exponent. So what we have here is x to the 5 minus 2 would be 3. Okay, so now this last question is a little bit harder, but let's try. I'm going to give you a quick theory here on the side. If you have a over b all squared, you need to also distribute the exponent of top and bottom. So this would be a squared over b squared. So that's a good rule to know. So what we're going to do here is we're going to spread the love to the top, squaring, and spread the love to the bottom. We're going to square the bottom as well. But even more in general, a over b to the c is equals to a to the c over b to the c, because we're distributing the exponent love top and bottom. Okay, what does it mean to have the numerator being squared? What we have is 2x 3 squared all over the bottom, which is x to the minus 1 all squared. And recall the previous example we did, you got to spread the exponent love here and here. 2 squared would be 4, and the base is x, 3 times 2 would be 6, all over the bottom. Exponent, bracket, exponent, multiply, so this becomes x to the negative 2. Okay, so now the 4 is the same thing as 4 divided by 1, but 4 is the actual number. The answer is 4. So let me just do some scratch work over here. So we definitely have the integer 4, and now we have the same base, x's. So we have x, and we have the 6 on top, and we're dividing by a number, negative 2. So recall the previous rule that we learned is that we subtract the actual exponents when you have them being divided. So what is 6 subtract this bottom number? What's 6 minus negative 2? Now be careful, 2 negatives become a positive. What's 6 minus negative 2? So 6 minus negative 2, you can see we have a minus sign, bracket, minus sign becomes a plus. So the answer is going to be 6 to the 6 plus 2, which should be 4x to the 8.